The home of your dreams may be more affordable now than it's ever been. The only problem is it might not ever hit the market.
Yeah, as interest rates plummet, supply isn't meeting up with demand. LEX 18's Michael Burke details this hybrid market we're experiencing.
It's going to be a hot spring, and it'll have nothing to do with the weather.
I got something the other day where a 15-year fix is at 2.75. I mean, it's historically low.
Historically low mortgage interest rates, which are flooding the market with buyers who can now aim a little higher and be a little more aggressive than they could 5, 6, 7 years ago.
You'd get into a multiple offer situation as a buyer, you'd give up a little quicker. Now buyers are a little more apt to stay in the market simply because the interest rates are so low. It's such a good investment right now.
But as a result, it's kept supply low as well.
People are refinancing as opposed to selling.
And it's made the competition for available homes fierce. Something desirable comes on the market, and the vultures swarm.
What you're seeing these houses, especially in Fayette County, under $250,000. You've got 10 buyers going for it. So obviously that's very good for the seller.
So in reality, it's simultaneously a buyer's and a seller's market, making it a bit of a hybrid.
It leans more towards the seller's market, but like I said, those low interest rates are keeping those buyers in the market longer.
And if a home's been on the market for a little longer than you'd like, go take a look at it anyway.
You could get it for a, pretty decent price.
With a historically decent rate. In Lexington, Michael Burke, LEX 18 News.
The Breeders' Cup is increasing purses for 3 of its races. This includes a $1 million boost that will make the Signature Classic worth $7 million, starting with this year's event at Keeneland. The turf race will get a $2 million boost to $6 million, and the dirt mile will be boosted by $1 million to be worth $2 million. Runners will be paid down to the 10th finishing position from the current 8th position. The increases bring the total purses and awards for the 2-day event to $35 million. The 2020 Breeders' Cup is scheduled for November 6th and 7th at Keeneland, right here in Lexington.
Kentucky is one of the best states in the United States for retirement. That according to a study from Retirement Living, which broke down the best and worst states for retirees. The study ranked Kentucky as the 9th best state in the country in which to retire. Rankings were determined by calculating the cost of living, cost of care, average income versus average home price, and percentage of people older than 65. Kentucky's weather and scenery scored high among survey respondents. According to the study, the best state for retirees is Arkansas, and California is the worst. Still ahead, he was taken to the hospital after being convicted on 2 charges, including rape. But now Harvey Weinstein's going to jail.
Where his attorneys say he will likely be placed is still ahead. Plus, operations have resumed at a Milwaukee brewery 1 week after a deadly mass shooting.
And caught on camera, an intern finds out just how strong the winter winds can be at an observatory in New Hampshire. That's next on LEX 18 News at 5:30. Temperatures in the 60s today. How about let's cut that in half for tomorrow, Jill?
And that's exactly how it's going to feel.
Nice wake-up call for everybody tomorrow morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're going to be seeing, a reminder that still these wintry systems can kind of slip in, kind of interrupt things. And
some flurries too.
A little flurry action
goodness.
possible too. Yeah, still March in the bluegrass, anything's possible. But certainly today was a great early spring day. We had a decent amount of sunshine, still lots of sunshine out there right now. And temperatures were in the 60s across the board. 60 officially here in Lexington for a high temperature today for the second straight day. Now, as we look towards tomorrow afternoon, we'll shave about 20 degrees off of that temperature, factoring in the wind. Yeah, it's going to feel more like the 30s as we go throughout the afternoon, giving us a really late winter feel as we wrap up this work week. Things kind of heading in the wrong direction as we lead into the weekend, but it is just going to be temporary. What we have moving through is a clipper system. And again, like we saw last weekend, relatively moisture starved, but still packing a punch in that drop in temperature. We're also going to see an upper level low sitting over Lake Erie, Lake Ontario. That's going to reinforce the cold air throughout the day tomorrow. But again, it's going to be slipping out off to sea as we head into the weekend, and those above average temperatures are already starting to build back across the middle of the country. At the moment, Max Track Live Doppler, nice and quiet. We're stuck in between 2 systems, some rain down to our south across the coastal areas of Georgia, also into the Carolinas. Our Clipper system still back across the Great Lakes, spinning some snow across Lake Superior. Also then back some rain showers extending as far south as Indianapolis at this point. And that rain holds off until after midnight. And we will be seeing again the potential for a few flakes to fly as that colder air begins to wrap in. Any snowfall accumulation is going to be into the higher elevations of southeastern Kentucky, where you may pick up to an inch of snow, just really in those higher ridge tops. But most of us stay under a ½ inch of any accumulation. Where you may see some of that snow starting to stick and some travel impacts starting to occur, it's going to be into Harlan and Letcher counties. That's where we'll see a winter weather advisory kick in early tomorrow morning and linger through the start of your Saturday. Let's talk about the timing here. Again, this cold front slides in later on tonight, bringing back the clouds. Any rain and snow holds off likely until tomorrow morning, but a flurry or two could be flying as we go after midnight. But a better opportunity for more of those rain and snow showers will be developing to the southeast of Lexington as the morning wears on. The system gets out of here in a hurry as we dry things out into the afternoon. But again, it's going to stay cloudy, cold, and blustery as we head into the afternoon. But eventually, sunshine does return over the weekend. So tonight, we'll call it variable clouds, a shower or flurry possible by morning as temperatures drop closer to freezing. And then on tap for your Friday, a sprinkle or flurry can't be ruled out in the morning. By the afternoon, colder, blustery, mostly cloudy, highs only in the lower 40s. But then we bounce back nicely over the weekend with sunshine, low 50s on Saturday, a fairly normal day. As we spring forward and lose that hour of sleep, temperatures also start to move up. We'll be in the lower 60s again starting on Sunday, and we'll stay put with some above average warmth next week, but also an unsettled pattern with rain and storm chances.
All right, Jill, thanks.
Covering your world on LEX 18 News at 5:30, Hollywood mogul and convicted sex offender Harvey Weinstein is headed to jail in New York City.
Weinstein's attorney says he will be moved from the hospital to Rikers Island ahead of his sentencing next week. Sources believe Weinstein will be put in protective custody in a dorm cell with around-the-clock supervision and medical attention as needed. Weinstein was taken into custody last week when he was found guilty of 2 charges, including rape. The 67-year-old was later taken to the prison ward at Bellevue Hospital Center after complaining of chest pain. Weinstein's sentencing is set for March 11th.
Operations have resumed at the Molson Coors plant in Wisconsin 1 week after a deadly mass shooting. The company said they'll slowly start to ramp up to full working capacity over the next couple of days. However, a spokesperson emphasized that as the company slowly brings operations online, their focus continues to be on their employees and their well-being. Yesterday, authorities said they did not believe the motive for the shooting was race-related.
Architects have revealed new details of the planned Pulse nightclub, memorial, and museum. The early design has 3 parts. The plan is to have original Pulse nightclub building intact with a cross-section taken out for visitors to walk through. A tower of memories will also be built and serve as a museum with exhibits to memorialize the 49 people killed in the shooting in 2016. And a shaded survivor walk will be constructed near the nightclub. The design team says construction will likely be done in phases, with the memorial and museum opening in 2022 or 2023. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said today he should not have used the words he did yesterday outside the Supreme Court while court